Wondering how to make your Leshiy 2 350mm barrel look as cool as this? Keep on watching to find out. So the Leshiy I have in front of me is a 30 caliber 350mm, and to be honest, I quite like the look of the original Shroud, but I would like it to be as compact as a 250mm barrel version, so I wanted to see if I could do some modifications to it. First, let me quickly remove the complete air assembly so we can have a safe gun to work on. So with the air supply gone, we have 100% safe gun to work on. When you remove the shroud of the Leshiy 2, you can see that the barrel doesn't reach all the way to the end of the shroud, as this also functions as the moderator, of course. Something else you see is that the original barrel and the alpha one, like one I have here, have some M14 threads on the end. But with the original shroud, we don't have access to those threads, and so we cannot mount our favorite moderators to it unless we ditch the original shroud and buy a Valkyrie kit, which is also pretty cool by the way, or some third-party modifications to do it. You can also opt to ditch the original shroud and thread on your moderator or accessory with an M14 connection straight to the barrel, or you can use an adapter from Eagle Vision like you see here and get yourself an M14 to a 1.5 UNF connection. But by doing this, it doesn't look very pleasing, and it looks a little bit unfinished as well. My goal was to make it as compact as possible, exposing the threads on the end and still make look like it's somewhat factory made. So what I have done, I have ditched the original shroud and I bought an original shroud meant for the 250mm setup and came up with a plan to modify it in such a way that I can just bolt it on and have it compact, the threads exposed, while maintaining the original look. The original shroud doesn't just bolt on like this without modifying some parts of it, of course. First of all, it's a touch too long, 30mm to be exact, the baffle system inside is in the way, and the hole at the front is too small to slide the barrel through. So I went ahead by pulling the front cap off, that is just held in place by friction. Let me show you how it looks inside, but let me first put the Leshiy 2 to the side. So as I mentioned, the front part is held in by friction and it just slides out just like this. Then I measured how much I had to cut from the housing to make sure the barrel threads would stick out of the front, so I cut it about 30mm of the housing to get it to the perfect size. My next job was to enlarge the hole on the end cap that is normally made to the size according to the caliber of your shroud you're using. The way I have done this to get it spot on was with a big high precision laser machine to get it perfectly sized and centered, and the hole I have done here is about 14.75mm in diameter. With that done, I had the idea of keeping the original baffle system inside to get somewhat of a support on the inside. Of course, it doesn't have any sound dampening functionality anymore at this point, as the barrel will stick out of the front. So I drilled the baffle system to a 14mm, and so the barrel can fit or slide right through it. At this point I was almost finished, but there was only one thing left to do, and that was to cut the two rods you have here. Because I took 30mm of the length of the moderator, these of course were also 30mm too long. But instead of cutting these, I replaced them with some M5 threaded bars and keep the original as they were. And once everything is assembled again, let me quickly put it back together. Just slides in like this. Friction fit. You barely notice any different with the original one, besides that the larger hole at the front you see here, of course. Putting it on the Leshiy 2 is exactly the same as normal, as you can just slide it over like this, tighten the screws at the front, like so. And now you can see the barrel threads being exposed at the front here. With this modification, you can use the threads to connect your favorite moderator of choice straight to the M14 connections, like I've done here with the Yuma Mod 50, for example. Or you can add the M14 to 1.5 UNF adapter, like I have here from Eagle Vision, and use a moderator with that connection. Or if you don't care about sound moderation, you can always add this Valkyrie muzzle brake, which is probably my favorite look for the modification and makes my Leshiy 2 really look very cool. You might wonder, why the heck would you do all this and what is it good for? First of all, I like the look of the original Shroud, especially with that Valkyrie muzzle brake on the end. And as most of you know, I like to tinker and modify my airguns with the many crazy ideas that come up in my weird brain. And so why not share it with those who are interested? I hope you found this video interesting. If you got any questions, please put them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to keep my channel going, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.